What is up YouTube, and welcome back to another video here on my channel. Now I'm not trying to be your news guy, but I did see some really interesting recent as well as upcoming drop of some of the brands that I personally follow and like, so I thought this would be like the perfect opportunity. Kind of take a look at the drops and some of the pieces, and hopefully as always leave you guys with some inspiration. So without further talking, let's get straight into the video. Let's get it. Alright, so starting off strong, we got Peso, and they dropped their spring collection on the 6th of February. Now I won't go over all of the pieces in detail since it is a pretty huge collection, but there are definitely some dope highlights. For pants, we are actually seeing a slight change in silhouettes. They still have some baggy silhouettes, like for example this kind of knee pad design, which I really mess with. I think it looks absolutely dope. But then we also have this kind of leaning to the slimmer silhouette, which is of course something that we will be seeing a lot in 2026. Then we of course also get some jackets. One highlight here is definitely this poodle jacket. And to be honest, when I first opened up Instagram and saw the lookbook post, I literally thought that this was AI. Because well, yeah, the fabric, I mean, I hope it's not real poodle fur or skin, but it just, I don't know, it just looks like poodle fur. Really cool fabric with super clean jacket, and I think it looks super dope. And then we also have this waffle knit zip up. It's not a zip hoodie, but has like a little higher zip collar. For tops, we then have a few knit sweaters that I really like. This blue fuzzy one is absolutely amazing. I mean, we have seen a similar one from Nude Project. I even own it myself. But comparing them side by side, they are still pretty different, I would say. Then we also have this striped one in this sky blue and yellow colorway. Definitely a huge kind of statement piece. And I mean, the model for this one is Forrest. He absolutely rocks that shit as always. But I think this is a piece that you can really style well in a streetwear fit, just because it's like so loud and also really kind of playful and colorful. And another sweater that we have is this checkerboard black and gray knit sweater. And I don't know what it is. I usually like checkboards and also this kind of monochrome colorway. But this specific piece, I don't know. I think it does look good, but at the same time, I don't really like it. I think the reason for this is that a lot of those cheap fast fashion China brands are absolutely abusing check patterns, and therefore I'm kind of sick of it, I guess. In the end, it's not the designer's fault here. I mean, this is still a clean piece and I think you can pull it off. Then we also have those striped long sleeves. I get why people like them. They're kind of nostalgic, but it's nothing for me. I personally would not wear that. And of course, we are also getting a Henley shirt. I mean, Peso is definitely a trend-oriented brand. We already know that, but I think the pieces are all pretty well executed, just like this Henley right here in this thin waffle fabric in this kind of egg white, cream white colorway. And last but not least, as I said, I didn't go over all of the pieces because there are just too many, but they also dropped these two sets, I think, out of this Txrnto Bottega Veneta kind of pattern. But to be honest, me personally, I'm not a fan of it. I mean, I kind of know the concept that he's like trying to make designer affordable and not so much like fake it, but more like offer an alternative, which is, yeah, well, the Txrnto pattern is not really woven like it originally should be, but it's just embossed on the leather. And to be honest, they do look super dope, but I don't really mess with the embossing part. They have a brown and a black one. Yeah, I mean, that's just my opinion. Let's move on with the next drop or the next brand, which is Obvune. Now there's not too much to talk about here because they just dropped two pieces, which is one jacket in two colorway. But let's be real here, this jacket looks absolutely amazing. I mean, it's this herringbone fabric jacket and it has this beautiful high neck collar as well as this kind of puffy, baggy, almost like a bomber jacket like fit. And overall, I think this is just a really clean and kind of perfectly executed basic jacket with a lot of attention to detail. I mean, the pockets are super beautiful, and as I said, there are two available colorways, which is this beige as well as this brown one. And I mean, I don't know if you've taken a look at my brand logo, but I really mess with those two colors, so definitely also an amazing drop. Alright, next up we have another mini drop by Spade, and they had their Valentine's drop on February 10. I mean, we have all gotten really sick of Valentine's drops real quick because let's be real, there was so much nonsense out there. But to be honest, the Spade drop right here I think is executed really good. You have the yin and yang long sleeves, which is a black and of course a white long sleeve. This beautiful heart graphic on the front, the spade graphics on the sleeves, and then we also have an even crazier heart graphic on the back. And what's so special about those graphics is that they are not printed or anything, but they are literally bedazzled with rhinestones. I mean, just take a look at the photo shoot. It just looks absolutely stunning. Usually such rhinestone pieces are not really my vibe, but I really don't know if it's just a photo shoot, but I really mess with those two pieces, and I think this is like the first Valentine's drop that I have seen that is like not kind of awkward and cringe, so I really mess with those two pieces. Next one is crazy. If you know, you know. I'm a huge fan of Kuurth, and they also had a drop. And don't worry, it's not a Valentine's drop, but they actually had a collaboration with an artist that goes by the name of Roju. And I didn't go too deep into the guy itself. I think he's a musician and I listened to some of the songs. I don't know, it's not my vibe, but I think the collab that they made on those jewelry pieces is absolutely beautiful. So let's take a quick look at some of the pieces. First of all, we got the seraphim necklace as well as the sun rock necklace. And don't get me wrong, I don't think that those are jewelry pieces that I would wear on a daily basis. I think that's just a little bit too edgy for me personally, but as a statement piece, I think those are just absolutely beautiful. Next up, we then have the seraph ring and the Inu ring, and I don't really mess with the Inu ring. I mean, the design is pretty cool, it's like a dog, but I don't know, I wouldn't wear that on my fingers. I don't think it looks really, I don't know, I don't think it looks cool. But the seraph ring, once again, I wouldn't wear that on a daily basis. I mean, it's literally a 2-finger ring, so I think it can get pretty annoying. I don't know, I don't have any 2-finger rings, but I think it is pretty annoying wearing stuff like this on a daily basis. But I mean, you can see it on the photo shoot as a statement piece. This is definitely something that you can pull off. And once again, absolutely amazing design. Then we have the Kokoro necklace, the vault thimble. I don't even know what the fuck this is. And also the Cinder cigarette holder ring. They are nothing for me. We can skip those. I don't know. But there's also the Kokoro ring. And while I think the design itself looks pretty cool, I don't know, for a ring, it's just too much going on for me. It's nothing that I would personally wear. I mean, with the gemstones and the gold and kind of all of the different shapes, we have the craziest jewelry piece of all time, which is literally just a pair of scissors. And it's the seraph scissors with these huge ass wings. I don't know why you would buy scissors like this. I mean, it's definitely a cool piece of decoration. I don't know if you would actually use this. Let me know in the comments if I should cop this for my sewing project. But yeah, I mean, I don't expect them to have huge quantities of them, so I think it's just a really nice like detail piece to kind of round up the whole collection. To finish the whole collection, we then also have a bunch of earrings, I think 3 in total. And I really like the halo earrings, not for me personally. I mean, I am planning to get my ears pierced, but I would definitely wear like much simpler stuff as a man. And the blink and the bleach earring, I don't know, I don't really like them. It's nothing special. It doesn't look particularly bad, but at the same time, I don't know. That's just me. Alright, so next up we got another really great drop, which is by Davrilsupply. You know I mess with the brand. And they also had their drop on February 12th. And I think it's a 22-piece collection. Not too sure, but once again, I don't want to go over all of the pieces, but just kind of like point out my highlights. Let's get going. First up, we got the Empire zip in this 3 colorways. And I think the design is pretty dope, pretty decent. I like it a lot. But if I have to be honest with you, I don't mess with the red colorway, and I also don't mess with the gray colorway, but the black and white one is pretty solid in my opinion. Moving on, we then have 2 jackets, which first up is this black bomber jacket, and I really like this one. I mean, I'm not too sure what the theme here is, but the Dropbox collection is called My King, and a lot of the pieces have these kind of detailed Baroque-like graphics, but to be honest, this bomber jacket, I don't know, to me it looks more like a riot themed collection, like a riot style bomber jacket. And in one of the reels, he's also kind of throwing like a Molotov cocktail, but nonetheless, I think the design is pretty cool. I mean, the fit of the bomber jacket looks absolutely stunning. And then we have a bunch of these emblem patches, but yeah, I mean, you would expect to have like a logo or an emblem there, but it's just like the black patch and the outline, which I think looks really dope. And we have one more jacket, which is this insanely crazy fur bomber jacket, but we are of course also getting some pants. First up, these black and blue ones, and they once again use the same technique or the same design of the bomber jackets, which are these patches. For the black, it's black on black, which I think looks pretty dope, and for the blue one, I don't really like how they did it with like the beige patches. And fit wise, I would say they are baggy fit. They don't look as baggy as the denims they used to do, but I mean, yeah, if you take a look at a photo shoot, it's still of course a baggy fit. And then we also have these two denims with this beautiful, intricately embroidered design. I think Davril already dropped those, but with a print, with kind of like a washed out print, if I remember correctly. And now it's this embroidery with the black and red design and the black on black design. And I think both pairs look once again absolutely amazing. Then we also have a button up, which is just like the Empire zipper, but it's like a short button up version, white on white. And I really like that it's tone in tone, because with, I don't know, if they did it in like black or another color, I think it would just be too much. But white on white, I think the design absolutely works on a button up. And then of course we also have a bunch of accessories. We have these gloves. I might even need to get those. I mean, I'm absolutely in love with gloves. I really like wearing gloves and styling gloves. And those black leather gloves with the red embroidery, I don't know, it speaks to me. I might need to get those. And then we also have a matching tie, which is this black and red tie. To round this all off, we also get a belt, which is this all black belt with this really, really beautiful embossing on the leather. And also the belt buckle looks absolutely stunning. And yeah, I mean, overall, I think this is a really dope collection. I really like most of the pieces, and it's definitely something that you might want to check out. And last but not least, we got a small Valentine's drop by the brand Japanese Sorrows. And their drop is actually one day after Valentine's Day. I don't know why, but it's on February 15. And they are kind of expanding on their signature line with this embellishment. We've seen it a bunch of times on different jeans colorways, different hoodies. And now we're getting like a sweatsuit set in black as well as pink, kind of matching for Valentine's Day. And they also released a beanie recently, and for this beanie they are also dropping like a Valentine themed colorway, which is this pink and black. And I myself, I'm not too big of a fan of these tracksuits and sweatsuits and every brand releasing them, but I mean, if I would get a sweatsuit, I would definitely get something with a little kind of design on it and something unique about it. And I think that's why those pieces are kind of special, and that's why they're also great. And the beanie, I mean, yeah, overall just an amazing piece. And I mean, the pink colorway is definitely not my favorite one, but it does look amazing as well. So overall, I said another good drop. As always, I of course hope that I could deliver some inspiration. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys copped anything for Valentine's Day. And of course, I would highly appreciate if you support me by liking this video, writing a nice comment, and even subscribing. And I'ma see y'all in the next one. I'm out.